my next guest, and I'm excited about bringing him on. I have with me Thomas Shultz, and he's a partner and founder of 3 amazing companies here in Arizona: LyfeBeast, LYFE Advisors, and AZ Medicare 101.org. Welcome to the show. You got to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and all about these amazing companies. Talk right into that mic. Go ahead.
Well, before I get started about talking about the 3 companies, let me first congratulate you on all your success. We're so excited to be here with you today. Your audience, the feedback that we get from all the people that you do your programs with, it's just phenomenal. So big word of wisdom out there to all small business owners. If you want to talk about your company in a great way, this is the show to do it on.
Thank you very much.
I just think that's critically important. But yeah, so I've been in the insurance and financial services industry now, Carol, for a little over 10 years. And, you know, when I first started out in this industry, I worked for the big box companies, right? Just like most people do. And with those big box companies, they're great from a training standpoint, from a help standpoint. But when it really comes down to what you do with your clients and the advice and the interaction you give them, you're kind of limited in your capacity, right? So if you work for a big box company, typically you have to recommend products that are either manufactured directly from that company or preferred or recommended by that company. So after about 10 years in the industry, myself and a few other partners across the country, we decided, you know what? If we're going to do this for the rest of our lives, we got to make sure that from a fiduciarily standpoint, we recommend the best products, period. It doesn't matter what our companies say, it's what the best product is for the client. And that's what really developed and formed LyfeBeast. So LyfeBeast is our parent company where we go out and we get contracts with all the best carriers out there, whether it's the insurance world or whether it's the financial services world. So we offer the top 50 products across every product line in the insurance world, whether that's life insurance, annuities, long-term care, disability income. On the financial advising platform, all mutual funds, all bond portfolios, all direct investments, so the client can truly have a unobjectionable advisory situation where they get the best product no matter what the circumstance. So that's what LyfeBeast is really all about.
Now, but you also have the others as well.
Correct.
So you have LYFE Advisors. What's the difference between those?
Okay, so LyfeBeast is our company that we run the products through. So I don't know if you would know this or not, but if I was an independent insurance or financial advisor and we sat down to talk about some advice for you or anyone, right? I couldn't offer every single product available. I have to run those through a company, right? So instead of going out and trying to find the absolute perfect company, which we both know probably doesn't exist, we decided we'd be better than that and just start our own. And that's what LyfeBeast is, okay? LYFE Advisors is our local insurance and financial service planning firm, and that's here located in Arizona. We help clients throughout the entire state. We're located here directly in Scottsdale, and we really focus on 2 primary marketplaces with LYFE Advisors. The first marketplace is the pre-retiree marketplace. So that's going to be clients that are, you know, somewhere between 2 or 3 years pre or post-retirement. They're looking at a different stage in their life now. They're no longer in that accumulation phase. Now they're in the distribution phase. And it's really about figuring out how to take whatever they've saved up for their entire lives and make that last for the rest of their lives. The second primary market that we focus on is the young family market, which is an extremely underserved market, especially here in Arizona. And that marketplace typically is clients between the ages of 28 to 35. Maybe it's even the children or grandchildren of some of your listeners right here on this show.
I love that.
Yeah, and what we really help them with, maybe they're at a point in time in their life where maybe they just got married, maybe they just bought their first house, or maybe they just had their first child, right? And they've got to start to try to figure out this whole retirement puzzle, which looks completely different from their parents and their grandparents. So even though we've got a vast difference between ages between our 2 major client demographics, their similarities they're astounding. Their challenges, their problems, the situations that they face, they're very, very similar, which gives us a very unique approach to those clients.
It's amazing. Yeah, before you came on, you also told me that your company does seminars like all the time throughout the state. Am I correct?
Correct.
It's amazing. Now, we're live on Facebook, so I do want to say hi to everybody. Please like us, follow us, and I'm going to be sharing this after the show later on tonight so that everybody can start sharing them out there, and it's awesome. Now, you do offer certain things, which is today we're going to open up the lines to the audience, and right now, everyone is going to get a free financial checkup for the listeners. So all you have to do is call me. I'm going to let them call me.
Correct.
At that number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. This is a $200 value free to you or anyone you know. I'm going to ask you something that's not on here right now.
Go for it.
So these free financial checklists, that you're doing, checkups for everybody, do you do them as a second opinion for people? Because there's some people that have them that think that they're good, but they may not be.
Primarily, we do them as a second opinion, Carol. And here's some staggering news for you, okay? So about 5 or 10 years ago, when you were to sit down with pretty much anybody, 5 out of 10 people wouldn't say they had a financial advisor. The good news is today, now it's usually 8 or 9 out of 10 can say at least they've got some sort of financial advisor, whether that's a robo-advisor or someone that they could actually sit down in person. At least they've taken that first step. Now, usually, most people, about 6 out of 10, have the absolute wrong financial advisor. So we don't even care. It doesn't matter to us if you want to do business with us or not. Obviously, we'd love to do business with everyone, but we just want you to have the right plan in place. That's the critical component for us. So primarily, typically what we do with these advisories is we do second opinions, because maybe they've got an advisor that was great for them in their early stages of life, but now in the distribution phases, their practices just doesn't meet that same standard.
Well, we've got our lines open here, and everyone is going to get it. It's a free financial checkup for the listeners, and all you have to do, you could go on the website if you want to. It's LYFEadvisors.com/radio, but I say call in here, and you can call throughout the rest of the show for it. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. It's a $200 value free to you guys out there, and everyone's going to get it. And let me just say this. I believe that everybody should have a second set of eyes. Yep. Take a look at what you're doing just to make sure it's all up to snuff.
That's
okay?
right. That's
right. So you can check it out again. Their website is LYFE Advisors.
Life spelled with a Y.
Yeah, I was going to just do it. It's LYFE advisors.com/radio, or call in here 602-277-5369. Let me ask you a couple of other questions. How do you get in front of your audience? How do you get in front of your clients? How do you work with them?
That's the $1 million question, Carol. And as you and I both are aware of, there's 1,001 different insurance and financial planning firms, especially here in Arizona, right? And the difficult part is, how do you get clients, right? You can have the best products, the best plans, the best advisors, but without clients to help, you're all for naught, right? So what we specialize in here at LyfeBeast and LYFE Advisors is really helping people with an area of retirement planning that most financial advisors skip, and that's healthcare, right? We believe that a truly successful financial plan, 25% of that entire plan deals with healthcare. And most other advisors, all the big box firms, they don't want anything to do when it comes to the ACA, when it comes to Obamacare, when it comes to Medicare. That's the last thing they want to talk about, right? But we believe in order to truly have a means-tested financial plan, you got to know what your costs are from healthcare. So we do Medicare educational workshops all throughout the Valley. On average, every single month, we run somewhere between 15 or 20 of them a month in every city location in the Valley too as well. So we do it bi-weekly, right? So maybe one week we're running workshops in Chandler, Mesa, Ahwatukee. The next week we're in Glendale, Peoria, Sun City. The next week we're in Scottsdale, we're in Phoenix, we're in Fountain Hills. No matter where you are in the Valley, we've got a free educational workshop for you to attend. We do them primarily in libraries, colleges, civic centers, or local universities. So there's a no pressure approach to this. We're not going to sell you anything. We're going to educate everyone that's either turning 65 or already on Medicare about their choices when it comes to what their options are with Medicare.
And there's a lot of questions for that.
There are.
So we've got our lines open here. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk further. So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Everyone is going to get a free financial checkup from them. And I think it's an invaluable thing. Whether or not you are right now, maybe you don't have something, but you need to start putting your plans together. It can be that person. Can it be that person that maybe it's even, you said those 30-year-olds that are just starting out?
They need it more than anybody. And if you're a parent listening on the line right now, call in for your kid, because they need to get started planning for retirement today. There's no better time than right now. Absolutely.
Again, our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can go on their website. It's LYFE, LYFE, it's LYFE, advisors with an S.com/radio. But you know what? Call in here and get this. They do free consultations. They are here about educating everyone throughout the Valley all the time. We're going to be back in just a minute. So welcome back, everyone. We are talking with Thomas Shultz, and he is the owner. Well, you're the partner and founder of the three amazing companies, which is LyfeBeast, LYFE Advisors, and AZ Medicare 101.org. Life, we want to again stress it. It is LYFE.
Life with a Y.
Yeah, life with a Y. Okay, so we were talking a little bit about how you we're talking about how it's so important for you to teach people that they need their Medicare, and that no other financial advisors out there, they don't usually put that in that portfolio with their when they're talking to you. But you say it's very important. So let's talk a little bit about how you do free educational workshops for people about that.
Yeah, so it's a staggering number, Carol, but actually 75% of advisors here in the Valley don't touch anything when it comes to healthcare. So we sit down with clients every single day and they say, yeah, we've got a financial advisor, but they had no idea what to help us in this healthcare planning area. It just blows me away because that could literally bankrupt you later on down the road, right? So we do our absolute best, once again, to try to educate the entire Valley. We've got our own website. It's www.azmedicare101.org, and you can go on that website and you can sign up for one of our Valley-wide workshops. So once again, we host somewhere between 15 to 20 workshops every single month, and even if you missed us this month, odds are we're going to be right back in that same location again next month. And we really typically try our best to limit the number of attendees that we have in all these workshops. So I don't know if you have a lot of listeners that have been to Medicare workshops in the past, but the numbers of some of the people that can be in those workshops can be staggering. It can be 20, 30 people. You feel like, a small little person in the room. You don't feel like you can ask any questions. So we personally limit ours to a maximum of 10 people per workshop so you can really get all your questions answered.
I like that. It's more personal.
Yeah, and our workshops aren't as fast as some of the others. So some of our competitors, maybe they blaze through it in 30, 45 minutes just to try to get an opportunity to sit down with someone. But we truly want to be able to answer all the questions that someone could have before they make a decision on who they decide to work with for Medicare. So ours are about an hour 15, sometimes even an hour 30. We get kicked out of libraries all the time. So it's crazy.
Now, again, we've got our lines open here, and everyone's getting it. You're not even entered. Everyone's going to get it. It's a free financial checkup. So you can call here. It's a $200 value free to you or anyone you know. I believe that everybody should have a second opinion no matter what. And even if you have questions just on the Medicare, call in here for this and talk to them about it. Whatever it is. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. So in your experience, what are the typical challenges that you see people facing when it's when they're going into retirement?
Yeah, well, there's really four that just are primary for most people that we face, Carol. And the first one obviously is the healthcare challenge, figuring out how much money it's going to cost for the rest of your life, which decision to make. This decision could be the last decision that you get the option to make, especially in the Medicare world, because sometimes there's no going back once you make that decision. That's number one. The second thing, which is critically important, especially now more than ever, is long-term care planning. I don't know if you know this or not, but if for people that are over the age of 65, if there's a husband and wife in a household, it's a 99% certainty that one of those two people at some point in time in their life are going to need some sort of long-term care. And the cost for long-term care every year, we think the cost of a gallon of milk goes up. The cost of long-term care is through the roof. On average, it can be almost close to $10,000 a month to be in a decent facility here in Maricopa County. So planning for that ahead of time, not when you actually need it, it can literally mean the difference between a successful and an unsuccessful retirement.
So, again, you could call in here. They'll do a free consultation with you. They all do that, as well as you're going to get a free financial checkup. And whether or not you have one, it doesn't matter. You have any questions, they're here to help. That's what they're all about, education. The number to call here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You're going to get that free financial checkup. Also, you can go on their website. It's LYFE with a Y, so LYFE Advisors with an S.com/radio, or just call in here. It's a $200 value free to everyone out there because you're all going to get it. 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. So why then are you different from the rest of those people out there?
Well, we really feel like our focus on healthcare makes us extremely different, and we truly believe when the word fiduciary comes into play, we are one, right? So it doesn't matter to us whether we make money as a firm or not. What we truly care about doing is the absolute best thing for a client. We do it every single day. We sign people up for plans every day where we make absolutely nothing. But we know if we do the right thing, first and foremost always, it'll always come back in referrals or better business opportunities for us in the future. And I can tell you right now, especially in my experience in the insurance and financial services world, that's few and far between. We really believe in making sure that every advisor that we contract with that's a part of our team lives and dies by those ethics and those moral standards. And I think that makes a big difference when you're talking about your financial future with someone.
With these seminars that you put on,
Yep.
Okay. Where can they go? Do you have a specific website that they can see, or is that on this one here that we were giving out?
Well, there's links. Yeah, there's
where they can, because a lot of people want to know. Maybe they want to go to one. They're free, right?
Yep.
So, where can they see all the lists of when you're going to be and when when's your next one?
Our next one's actually tomorrow. We got
It's
two tomorrow.
Where is it?
We've got one tomorrow in Chandler down at the Sunset Library, and we've also got one in Chandler at the Downtown Library. And also, once again, one of the things that we feel like differentiates us from the marketplace is we actually, specify our workshops to people that are still working. So you and I both know, right? Back in the day, people that were turning 65, no more work, right? They're all retired. They can all show up in the middle of the day. Not so much anymore, right? So we do workshops at 5:30, 6:30, sometimes even 7:30 at night to cater to the working class that's still out there trying to figure out how to make things work and get decisions made.
And our lines are open here for everyone to get the free financial checkup, but it's basically any questions that you have regarding whether or not it's your financial planning, whether you're young and you're just starting out, which is probably number one person who should be calling no matter
Correct.
what, okay, because you got to learn and you got to start doing this now. Then you've got your people who are already retired. Maybe they've already even have a financial plan, but maybe it needs a second set of eyes. They're experts at this. And again, of course, the Arizona Medicare 101.org. It's huge because nobody knows what to do. Everybody has questions when it comes up to Medicare when they're about to get it because everybody's situation is different.
That's right. That's right. And we implore everyone, work with an advisor. Even if you don't try to figure it out on your own. Medicare is not like Costco. You can't go buy it in bulk and get a discount, okay? So make sure you work with an advisor that really understands your area, especially when it comes to healthcare. It could mean the difference between tens of thousands of dollars in expenses for you and your family on an annual basis.
Our number here is 602-277-5369 and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. What would you say for some of the people that are listening here? What would you say would be the first thing that they should do to start prepare? Let's just talk about the younger folks. Let's do each one individually. What they should do to first start to prepare, and then to give you that call. And what would they need to with the first call?
Well, it's not a lot, okay? So it's pretty simple. The first thing they've got to do is make a decision, right, to start planning. That's the key step. Everybody knows that they have the need to plan, but very few people make that decision. Those people are called procrastinators, right?
We got them. We know we have them. There's a lot of them out there.
Yep.
We've been dealing with that for a long time.
Sometimes I'm one too, right? We're all one in certain circumstances, but you got to take that first step. And then once you take that first step, it's just about setting up a systematic plan and putting that plan in place. Even if it's only $50 a month to start, who cares?
Right.
$50 is better than nothing. In the course of time, over 20, 30 years with compounding interest, that $50 can well turn into hundreds of thousands of dollars.
What about
but you've got to start now.
I agree. What about the retiree that's just about ready to retire?
Yeah, don't procrastinate anymore as well. In order
You
to
have no time.
No time. You should have started planning 2 to 3 years prior to when you're going to retire. But most people put that off once again because they feel like, it's out of sight, out of mind. I'll figure it out when the time comes. Start the process now. It can mean the difference between thousands and thousands of dollars in income for you and your family on a monthly basis.
What about the Medicare?
Medicare should always be done. In a perfect world, we'd love to see people 6 months in advance of their 65th birthday. It makes for an easy planning process. Most people, though, they never do that. They put it off to the very last minute. So in a worst-case scenario, 30 to 45 days before you do go on to Medicare. And remember, in the Medicare world, your birthday is not your actual birth date. It's the first of your birth month. So it's a little bit earlier than you typically would think.
Now, again, tell them where the two different ones that you're doing. You do them all valley-wide. Talk about your seminars again. I want them to understand it's not just here in Chandler. They literally do them all over the place. Go ahead.
Yep. So we've got workshops going on for the rest of the month of May. We've already finished up, for the most part, Chandler and Mesa and the Ahwatukee area. We've got a few more this week that are coming up. You can find the full location for those. Next week, we're in Glendale, Peoria, Sun City. The following week, we're in Fountain Hills and Scottsdale and Phoenix. You can check us out at azmedicare101.org. Click on Attend a Workshop, and it's going to show you the full list. We'll have our June workshops up hopefully in the next 5 business days. So even if we're not in your location anymore for the month of May, you'll be able to see us in June. And we're not like snowbirds. We don't stop in the summer. We keep going year round because, hey, people here in Arizona are turning 65 every single day. we've got to make sure that someone's here to help educate them.
The number to call here, call in and get this free financial checkup. Again, it's really just any kind of question. It's not just if you have that. If you have it, you want it, they'll take a second look at it. They'll give you one. They're going to tell you what you need to do. Again, that number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. That's a $200 value to everyone out there. Check them out. It's Life with a Y, Advisors with an S. So LYFE Advisors.